Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. It's me, Oshin, back with a video, for once. But anyway, in this video I'll be discussing a Minecraft map that I made. It took a while, to say the least. It took me 35 plus hours to make this Minecraft map, and I'll be explaining all the different parts of this map in today's video. Yeah, so on with the video. Before we get into the actual video, I'd like to point out that 68% of people watching my videos are not subscribed. Please subscribe. It's completely free and you can always do it later if you don't want to. Yeah, but firstly, you spawn in a house in my map, and in this house there's a little fire and chairs, armchairs you can sit on. But that's not really important. What's important is what's outside the house. So you go through the window, and out here there's a big tree, and there's a walkway, and if you follow the walkway like how I'm following it, through this sort of winding path through a forest, you'll come to a sign, and this sign here, it says you can either go to the left and find the windmill, or to the right and go to the lake. Here I go to the lake. I follow it. You can see the lake sort of there. And yeah, for the lake in this video, I wanted to play around with multiple layers of glass to give a sort of glass shade. And on top of the glass, you see there's like light there, but normally to cause light, you might need a torch or something. But in this video, I didn't use a torch. Instead, I used what's known as a light block. Light block's very handy, and you'll see that I've used it a lot in this map because, yeah, it's just very handy. Here I go across to a boat that's on the lake. You see here my attempt at a boat and a fishing rod. Not quite the greatest build on this map, but still. Then go back along the path. Here you see the wall that leads into the town, but we'll get back to that later. Instead, I progress onto the church. Inside this church, there's like seats or pews as they're known, and up here's the altar and more pews at the back. But yeah, that's basically the church. It's quite small, but then again, that's usually churches are. But what I like about this sort of thing is across the way there's a graveyard sort of crypt area. And in here I've sort of made the graveyard overgrown and lots of dead bushes, different dirt textures, different sort of long grasses and ferns. So in here at the back I have a sort of hole as if something's clawed out of the grave and it's loose or something. Or even a grave robber's come and taken something. But anyway, that's the church and graveyard. And here we progress on to the maze windmill area and the farm area, of course. Yeah, so I've added this path a lot because I really like the path design, really. And up here we have the farmhouse. You can open the door, either door, and you can't go in because didn't want to put that much effort in, to be honest. It'd already been like 10, 20 hours at this point into the making of this map. And here we've got sort of hay storage. Yeah, it's very nice. But anyway, and there's my attempt at a cart too. But if you cross over, there's a maze area here. And I really like maze. Because I can't beat it. Like I've designed it myself, but every time I try, it just like takes so long at it. But the point of this maze area is that it's quite difficult to beat. But when you get to the end, there's something at the end that's very good. when you eventually do start getting towards the end of this maze area, you'll find yourself at the bottom of a windmill. And the bottom of it's all overgrown, etc. But out here, there's a secret, and this secret is quite clutch, really. It can come in handy for the purpose of this map. But yeah, you can see over the top, and here, precisely here, you can see if someone's coming behind you, and you can just jump off the wall, and it's simple as that, easiest getaway ever. And then again, it's quite difficult to get to here in the first place, so it's quite the useful place. So it's worth going through the trouble of going through the maze to get to. Yeah. So here we have the main road. There's not actually a main road. It doesn't really do much. But here's all the farm area. I like to put in the wheat with the light blocks. But here is the way to the town, and that's actually a thing. So the town continues on in that direction. We'll get to that a little later. But up here we have the castle. And in the castle, it's not very much of a strategic point. A little campfire and little stones all around it. Yeah, I made those stones using armor stands and skulls on top of those armor stands, and it made it quite a nice effect. But yeah, technically you could see it as a strategic point because if you see someone coming, you could just jump in over the hayfields and run away. But you're much better off going to the maze or somewhere else like the lake. Here we have the wall. There's two ways through the wall. There's this way, which is a broken down area of the wall. And then we'll come back to this area later. But the other way, which I'm getting around to here now, the main entrance, opens up onto a square in the center of the town. And in the square, you have a big clock tower showing the time. And you have some shops, like an armor shop, weapon shop. See the armor shop in more detail, the weapon shop in more detail. And also there's some food shops. So yeah, you can't go into them because again, I wasn't really bothered to make a space inside because I didn't think there would be much point because it'd be fairly useless to get out of. Here we have another house you can't go into, but these houses here you can go into, and inside you see a little table, little workspace for kitchen area, and upstairs, which you have to go up to, and naturally there's a bed area and stuff. But yeah, there's lots of little houses like that on this sort of house block area here. And you can continue along the path to go all around, and you'll still be finding more houses on each side. Here we have another one of these houses. They're slightly different each on the inside because obviously I had different spaces to work with in each. But they all sort of have the same thing with a bed, stuff, and a kitchen and a table, etc. But yeah, that's that. And yeah, so after you finish there, you'll move along, and over here is the wall again, the broken down wall, but we'll continue on from that because you've already seen that. So here at the other side of the square, we have what I call Le Chef's Pub. I called it Le Chef's Pub because why not? And yeah, inside is what you'd expect from a pub. There's chairs, tables, mugs. Presumably you'd have the mugs full of beer, but I don't think that's really possible in Minecraft. And then there's bar stools sort of things. And then here at the back you have a barrel of wine leading down into a mug, so presumably it'd be filling up. Yeah, so that's all done in a way that I thought would suit a sort of bar environment. But when you leave this bar area, you come along outside on the street, and there's lamps up high. I like that lamp design. I used it quite often on this map. But you have a bridge here, and over the bridge, you'll see a sort of river. And yet again, I used the light blocks for this river. Um, because I just like the light blocks, to be honest. They're my new favorite block. And here I have like trees and bushes, etc. A lot of this map is quite dark, and that's due to the fact that this map is meant to be played at 30% brightness. Also, it's at night, and I have a shader on that sort of gives the world a foggy effect. And yeah, that's just the way it's meant to be played, so that's why it's quite dark. Yeah. Next thing I'll be discussing is this map feature that I have. So basically there'll be a chest at the starting area and you can grab a map, and the map will show all the places on the map. For example, the town square will be known as town on the map, or Le Chef's pub will be known as pub, so on and so forth. Yeah. So all the places or landmarks or locations or whatever you want to call them will appear in white writing over the place in question. So the church is there, and the crypt, the maze, the castle, the farmhouse, the lake, and even the woods at the start. And I just think that this was a nice feature to add, and that's why I did it. So yeah, that's that. So yeah, thank you for watching this far into the video, but yeah, thanks. Make sure to subscribe if you're new, and like the video for more. I'll put up the world download for this map if this channel hits 50 subscribers by Halloween itself. I know that might seem like a lot of subscribers to hit because we're only at 20 at the moment, but yeah, I just think that, well, to be completely honest, I don't know how to make a world download, so it'd be quite a lot of effort. But for me, I know some people might know how to make it, but I don't. So yeah. So make sure to like and subscribe for more, and comment stuff. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.